Howdy! This is Amy from AdventureBox with yet another tutorial. Do you like our Battlefield games? Do you want to make one of your own, but you're not sure how? I guess you could dislike playing Battlefield, but want to create one anyway. Well, that's the topic for today's video. How to create a well-balanced Battlefield map. First, let me just say that the following points don't just apply to us, but also to pretty much any other first-person shooter. So you could use these points to sketch out any type of map for any type of FPS if you want to. The points are very versatile in that way. Alright, let's get started. First off, what do I mean by balance when talking about games? Well, you know how a tightrope performer never falls off the rope? That's because he or she knows how to use their body to stay on the rope and knows when there's too much weight on one side. Unlike me, I'm not good at tightrope walking. No! It's the same principle here. A balanced map is a map that isn't too one-sided for the players and gives everyone a fair chance of succeeding. This way, all players can have fun rather than just a few. So how do we do this? As far as I know, there are 3 points to consider. Let's start with the point I consider the most important, maneuverability. Or in layman's terms, aka normal people language, how the players move around on the map. This is important to consider because if you were to create a Battlefield map with, for example, too many dead ends, it probably wouldn't be considered a very fun level since the players could find themselves cornered often. Try to always keep in mind how the players can move from one part of the map to the other. To my understanding, most multiplayer FPS maps are actually designed around circles, eighths, or both at the same time, so aim for those shapes. They don't have to be perfect, just a general roundish shape like an oval or an egg is fine. And the eighths can also lie down, like the infinity shape. Infinite eggs. Sounds delicious. Anyway, if you find this a bit hard to visualize, you can take a screenshot of the map from above, open it with some image editing software and draw the shapes on the map. When you're running around on a map and trying to shower your opponents with sweet laser ammo, you'd of course like to know where you are in comparison to the others. To make it easier for players to find their way around the map, put out some landmarks, something that lets the players immediately identify where they are and where they're going. This can be done in many different ways. Structures, differently colored carpets, weird terrain, trees, unique AI creatures, a block pile, some barrels and chests, a humongous ice cream cone. Pretty much anything you can think of can be a landmark, so go nuts! And be sure to place out location flags near these landmarks so that the players know where they are if they die and respawn. The bigger the map is, the harder it is to find your way around and more important it becomes to let the players know their location. With smaller maps, while it's still important, it's also a bit easier to tell. If you make a playpen map that's small enough to only fit 2 people, there's only so many ways to go, right? So, when somebody's shooting at you, you'd like to get a chance to avoid them, right? That's what cover is for. Cover can be anything from a wall to a roof to a tunnel to a small building, anything that keeps the player from being mercilessly slaughtered and gives them a fighting chance. Good cover is the type of cover that protects the player without hindering them from shooting back. Trust me, getting under a roof and preparing to shoot the guy who just tried to give you an impromptu laser piercing from above only to find that your cover is a bit too low so that the bullets keep bouncing off it and then you walk out and you get shot in the face with a bazooka. So annoying. Of course, this point is also about balance. Having cover that is too good isn't ideal either, as that would mean that a player can just stay in one spot and pick off their opponents one by one while being completely untouchable. Try to find a good balance to give a player a fair chance rather than an absolute victory. There are lots of different ways to build a Battlefield map, but as long as you keep these 3 points in mind, any way is a good way. That's all I got for you today. For further questions, please send us an email, leave a comment below, or join our Discord server. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time!